All right, layers group. This is the last video I'm recording, but it's certainly not the least. This is a very important group, a very important topic to explore when we're working with digital art. Now, layers, you guys are going to be exploring one area of Photoshop, but there's lots of different things in that area that you can kind of look into. And so that's why I'm kind of just, giving a whole group to this one specific area of Photoshop. And that area that you guys are exploring is the layers panel. Now here is the layers panel right here. It usually lives in this bottom corner of Photoshop. And you can kind of think of this video as like my guide of hints of places that I think you should look in the layers panel. You don't have to start with or restrict yourself to these places. If you want to look in different places in the layers panel, explore the heck out of it. See what you can find, see how it works. If you run into a roadblock, if you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, let me know, let another student know, you're gonna be fine. But this is kind of like where I would suggest starting when you are doing your exploration. Now, actually, before we get into that, we should probably talk about panels a little bit. So this is a panel. This is the layers panel specifically. You can drag it, move it around, and you can put it in different places. I like to hide mine right here so that it kind of stays hidden and I can open it up when I need it. You can also just kind of like plop it in different places on the screen. You can keep it on the left side. You can keep it on the right side where it originally was. You can also click this little X in the corner and get rid of it completely. This is important to know because you might not be able to find the layers panel. If that is the case, you can go to the Windows tab at the top of the screen. If you click that, this is a list of all of the different panels that you can have open or you can close. The ones that have the check mark by it, those are the ones that are open. So we can see right here, color is open, and bam, there's the color panel right there on the right side. Makes sense. Because I clicked X on the layers panel, it doesn't have a check mark by it. If I click it again, boom, there it is, good to go, just like new. I'm gonna actually make this panel a little bigger. You can put your mouse on the side and drag it to change the size. I'm gonna do that so we can kind of get a good look at this thing here. And I can point out the places I think you should start. So let me look at my notes here. The first place I suggest looking is blending modes. Blending modes is this little box right here. Right now it says normal, but if you click on it, there's lots of different options. If you are exploring this, my suggestion is to have more than one layer when you're doing this. So in fact, I'm gonna make 2 layers here. With blending modes, you can look through and see what each of these blending modes does when you apply them to a layer that is above another layer. So when you have to explore what the blending modes, do, you know what I mean? I'm gonna put this one back to normal, not dissolve, normal. There we go. All right, what's next? Hiding a layer. I'm not gonna tell you where this is. Try to find it. If you can't find it, look it up on the internet, how to hide a layer on Photoshop. Yeah, I want you guys to find that one on your own. Next, opacity. That is this little box right here next to the blending modes. It's at 100% right now. Figure out what that does. Cool. Layer styles. This is also called the effects button. That is down at the bottom of the panel right here. It's the letter F and X right next to each other. If you say those 2 letters out loud, effects, FX, effects, sounds like the word effect. This is another long list. That's why I'm just sticking you guys to one panel, because with the blending modes and with the layer styles, they're 2 lists of things that you can explore. There's lots of stuff to do in this one panel. So you can look through the layer styles here. My other suggestion with layer styles, kind of similar to what I was talking about with the blending modes, have something in your layer. Don't have an empty blank layer when you're looking through the layer styles. Let me show you an example. I'm gonna go to my little paintbrush right here. I'm gonna choose a color. Let's choose something that looks nice, like a nice red. And let's make my brush large. Okay, now I just painted this little circle here. And now that's the only thing in this layer. Now when I play around with the layer styles, there's something in that layer to put the style onto, right? So if I, click on a random one here, let's click on stroke, boom, something happened. I'm not going to explain how this works. That's something for you to explore by just playing around, experimenting with this specific layer style, right? Cool. All right, layer styles. What's next? Grouping. That would be this little button down here. It looks like a folder. Figure out how that works. This little one right next to it, creating a new layer. We already talked about that. You can click that, makes a new layer. Nothing too crazy. And then lastly, that trash can deletes a layer, right? Cool. That's pretty much it. That's what I want you guys to explore. Start there. Make sure you write it down or find a way to remember the things you learn. You're going to put everything together in a handout with your group, and you're going to deliver that handout to the class. And then you're going to present your information to everybody. So make sure you guys are exploring, you're using that time effectively. This is a very important panel. There's lots of important stuff in there. You guys are going to do great. Make sure you reach out to your group members and to me when you need help. That's all I got for you. You guys are going to do awesome.